Stereotypes.
The straight sword is probably the most common weapon you'll find in Dark Souls 3, and that's for a good reason. This is such a broken sword, and I mean it in the other way. It's broken in terms of player v player combat. It has wide swings that can be spammed with R1, or long-reaching stabs, / even wider and more damaging slashes with R2. Seriously, if you're having a hard time with PvP, just throw on the Lothric Knight Straight Sword and enjoy your easy mode. Not all of them is quite as overpowered as others, but there's a reason why they're R1 King's best friend. You know, curved swords are almost the exact opposite of straight swords, in that you barely ever fucking see them being used anymore. No, seriously, go to any of Pontiff's edgy arena battles and it's a 90% chance that everyone there won't even know they exist. However, the curved sword is scary in the right hands. It's a roll-catching machine, and its R1 might even come faster than the straight sword. All in all, it's a weapon you want to look out for. In the right hands, it can fuck your day up right proper. Oh boy, great swords. Where do I even start? This is one of the more classic cases of war pig. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then why the hell are you watching a parody video of hat stereotypes? I don't even... Look, the point is, people seem to think that there's some sort of backstab god with these. I don't know where it comes from. Most guys also think that it's the auto roll catch machine, and if they press R1 in your general vicinity, it's your fault if it didn't hit. It's a shame, too, because this is actually a pretty versatile weapon group. They've got horizontal and vertical swings, and the weapon arts range from mildly useful to absolute godsend. They're not bad, per se, but real greatsword mains are pretty few and far between. Just like their wins. Boom. Oh boy, if you thought greatswords were bad, here's their overweight cousin. These players are pretty polarized in terms of stereotypes. I mean, sometimes you've got Bazooka Joe, 2002, who just beat Vort and found the greatsword in the swamps. And then you've got XXX_epic no-scope trolling montage _XXX, who thinks spamming R2 and rolling attack makes him good at the game. Oh, and then there's that one dude, whose name you can barely pronounce, who promptly trades you into the fucking dirt and bows right after. It's such a mixed bag. Almost like everybody who plays this game is different, and has a unique playstyle that can't be quantified in a single stereotype. Rapiers are a weird weapon. Sure, there's the easy joke that all Dex mains are huge weeaboos who think that Nippon Steel will help them get a big titty goth GF, but that's old and done for. Nowadays, Dex users are either douchebags with an ego bigger than Yorm, or seriously hardcore guys who have a planned counterplay for every weapon in the game. Rapiers actually tend to attract the former, as it's seen as somewhat elegant to poke a million tiny holes into your opponent. Somehow. If you plan on using it, take advantage of its high crit damage. Backstabs and parries are your friend. Oh, you can just go eat all the fucking dicks. You know, curved greatswords are actually really similar to their smaller counterparts, but instead of nobody using them, everybody seems to like curved greatswords. I mean, it's easy to see why. High damage output and good range means it's pretty hard to close the gap if you're on the other side. But, like most big weapons, however, it has a really, really long swing down time, making it easy to punish if you whiff. That doesn't stop most players from spamming R1 harder than a first-timer against the Dancer. But if you can look past the big sword energy, then this thing does really good damage, and is a pretty safe choice for trades and such. It's also really fucking good if you want to go invading. god. You know how I said a stereotype or two ago that the easy joke would be to blast some anime music and call everyone who uses dex weapons a weeaboo? Yeah, this is the reason I held back. All those edgelords who once used the many different dex weapons in the past, they took one look at Dark Souls 3 and said,
"It's like one of my Japanese animes."
yeah. If you like the circle button and have an addiction to pressing R1 on your controller, being a katana main might just be your thing. Don't forget to dress like a fucking idiot, and make sure that you're under 30% weight ratio, because no one can just deflect the weapon art R2! Hello? Yeah? What? What do you mean nobody plays this game anymore? Then why the hell am I making this video?